GAU Studios.
GAU is this, yeah.
So this is John Wolff from Urban Electronic Games, and this is an exclusive interview with me on behalf of GAU Studios. Oh.
That was amazing!
7.5.
Hello there, gamers. D3 here with another GAU exclusive. Today I am joined in studio by John Wolff of Urban Electronics. Now, John is releasing a new game coming soon called Wurmzilla, and we're going to get his take on the game and also learn about who he is as a developer and a gamer. So, hi John, thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
So, Wurmzilla, it's kind of like a flow-based side-scroller, right?
Yeah, we have a vertical side scroller going on.
How would you describe Wurmzilla? Because it's your brainchild, right?
Yeah, we would always just kind of say vertical side scroller. You know, a lot of people have been giving a comparison to Temple Run as well as Jetpack Joyride, which I was kind of surprised about. I was like, cool, I'm great that people are making that type of association. But yeah, you do have this run-based game in which you're just trying to make it for as long as you can go. Currently we have one level set up in the game. We're going to have a series of them. We've kind of mapped out 4. You start from being in a nuclear reactor that's exploding, and you know, you're just this small worm that gets, you know, just mutated and huge, and then you're just wrecking havoc. Another individual is actually making a comparison to Rampage, one of the old PlayStation games. That's when we were playing it on there.
You are eating a lot of people
exactly,
as a giant mutated worm.
Right, exactly.
Now, do the people provide just points, or do they also add to your flow and your speed? Because I understand speed is the underlying concept.
So yeah, you might have saw that in the video that depending on how you decide to upgrade, we call it mutate yourself, even further mutation, will influence and alter the way that the scientists or the humans, the people that you eat, will end up affecting your speed. So we have this one cool one called irradiated civilians, and if you decide to choose that, then all the civilians that were normally just, you know, as they are in their bodies are now covered in green, and then they actually end up speeding you up rather than slowing you down. So there's cool metrics like that we're able to kind of play with, and that was kind of the fun of design, is being able to come up with those things.
That's really cool. So you think the game will be pretty replayable, and I guess when you're designing for like a phone app, or you're designing for Android, correct?
iPhone and Android, yeah.
iPhone and Android. You kind of must have a different mindset than other developers.
Yeah, it was interesting. We were at Boston Fig, and we were, if not one of the only game that was catered towards mobile devices. And yeah, that was really surprising.
It's hard to believe.
So yeah, I know. So yeah, I think the mindset of how you go about it, I mean, as a studio, as a business, and in terms of development, completely different, because you want to make something that has a certain range of audiences. You know, you're catered to the hardcore gamers, but you also want to capture the casual gamers. Casual gamers are the individuals who want more bite-sized experiences for video games, right? They're playing on the T, I mean on their commute, watching television before they go to bed. And so you have to have your game be able to have those type of bite-sized experiences. And therefore, with this run-based system, you know, I've already looked at the stats. People are coming in and out of the game all the time, and then playing a couple runs, and then leaving, upgrading, and then leaving, and stuff like that. So that was very important when you're developing for a mobile device.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, having like a bite-sized experience you can jump into and out of, and have it be a different experience each time that keeps you interested is definitely like paramount when you're creating those types of games. I feel all the really successful ones, like 2048, Flappy Bird, it's all such like a bite-sized experience. You can drop into and out of as much as you want.
Except for, again, the Wolf of Wall Street. The
movie.
Wolf Among Us still is kind of, again, that's catering towards a more hardcore audience, right? With like, if you want to play this, put your headphones on and then just be immersed. You can break out of it, but we want you to be in the game for a while. But then, again, casual games have a, you know, casual aspect to them.
So it's definitely an interesting departure for you from like your gaming pedigree. What made you decide to work with mobile?
Correct. It was the aspiration that you know, you want to be able to kind of succeed as a studio and as a business, and one of the lower barriers of entry into the game industry is through mobile devices. You can iterate fast on your development and really be able to capitalize on making some type of profit off of the game by getting it out there. So that was kind of a reason why, you know, we have other titles which, you know, I can divulge into if you'd like, but the reason why we wanted to go into this mobile platform was to really operate more as a studio and as a business, and then kind of scale from there. I always kind of saw it as mobile to you know, PC, and then aspiration one day is to get towards is to get towards platforms.
I see. So you're climbing the ladder right now.
Yes, correct, exactly.
So where did you get the idea for an irradiated worm eating everyone? I've got to ask. That's not like anything I've seen before. Besides maybe Tremors.
And Godzilla, right? He was, and the premise of Godzilla is to have this type of beast that is created after a nuclear fallout or catastrophe. Is the old Japanese version of the movie. Or take on Godzilla. And again, we were kind of thinking about what can we make quickly, and we were doing some tutorials and just kind of like looking around in the industry of kind of simple games to make, and it was as simple as kind of like going with a side-scroller route. So then we were just honestly just in the open mode when you're in creativity, and we're like, what can we do? Why would someone be wanting to scroll, up the screen and just eat things? And I think we just kind of came to the point where we're just like, what if we just like made it a worm? It's kind of simply just in discussion. Yeah. I don't want to say the origin's lost
Go with
on
your
me
gut,
now,
right?
but yeah, it seemed to kind of really work out. And again, we just kind of ran with it.
That's awesome.
And it felt good, and then we've gotten good response and feedback so far, so we just keep on moving.
Yeah, having seen the gameplay video, I'm really anxious to try and play, and I can't wait for it to be released.
That.
When are you anticipating this game will come out?
So that is slightly difficult to give release dates.
You can ballpark
for multiple reasons. So I could say, I would say the spring of 2015 is what I would say is definitely
Pretty
be able
close.
to have some. Yeah, would be able to have some content out there for public distribution and people to be able to download it and then see exactly if they want to continue to play the game through additional content. But it would be a great accomplishment if we were able to. We started the game in February, and if we were able to come to close to being finished within a year mark, I think that's a huge step for everyone in the team. And for myself and as a studio as well.
Definitely. I mean, I'd love to keep track of that. How can our fans learn more about your game and keep track of your development process so they know when you're done?
So we have our website, urbanelectronicgames.com. Again, that's urbanelectronicgames.com. Also, our Twitter handle is @UEGames, UE Games. And then Facebook, you can look us up, UE Games as well. I'm sure on your website there will be some contact information.
Of course.
And so that is how you'd be able to find us. But just, website, urbanelectronicgames.com, or Twitter, @UEGames.
Awesome, John. Well, thank you for coming into the studio
I just want to give a quick shout out to the rest of my team members. Eddie Rivas, Alex Jersey, and Adam Greason. Best guys I've ever been able to work with all my heart. It's a pleasure, so I just want to say hi. Well, I can do that.
A small team, but you guys are getting it done and holding it down.
Agile.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have for you today, gamers. Be sure to check out the website to learn more about this awesome new title, Wurmzilla, coming at you from Urban Electronics. That's all we have for you
Thanks
today.
so much.
Bye now.